Today, I'll be talking about the most disturbing video games ever created. Now, I'm not talking about your Postal or even Hatred. No, these are games that are just borderline illegal to own, and that's why you're watching this video, so you don't have to look it up for yourself and possibly get in trouble. Let's get into it. Now, the first game on this list is going to be a game called Replay. Now, the reason this game is banned in multiple countries is because, well, the whole premise of the game is that you play as a sexual predator who follows a mother and her two children who are like teenagers, I believe, like 14 and 15. And the whole point of the game is to do stuff to them that I can't really, say on here without getting taken down or something. But yeah, the game basically ends with you finally succeeding and you doing these things to this poor family. Now, the game itself, from what I heard, isn't too disturbing, but it's the thought that a group of adults sat down and thought that making something like this was a good idea. To this day, I just don't understand. Who would do that? Like, what was their thought process behind that? The next game on this list is called Fun. Now, the reason this game is called Fun is because essentially what you're doing in the game is supposed to be fun, but in reality, it's just messed up and twisted, like everything else on this list. But you basically, you just walk through this guy. He's like a narrator, He's basically saying how he wanted to do all these messed up things to, like, the girls in his neighborhood and stuff. And then one day his father ended up committing suicide, so it was just him and his mother. And then I think he ended up killing his mother, and then he ended up, doing her dead body. Yeah, that's how the game ends. And he has pictures of it, too. Like, he shows pictures of, like, this dead, naked corpse. I'm not going to show it on here for obvious reasons, but yeah, it's really messed up. And also, the game's just, like, really bad. Like, the quality of it's really bad. It's, like, not even that long either. It's just made to just, like, mess you up, It was probably made in, like, an hour or so, and you can complete it in, like, 10 minutes. And there's only about 30 seconds of gameplay that doesn't actually show anything disturbing or, messed up. Next up is a game called Sad Satan. Now, you can buy this game on the clear web, such as like Amazon or Steam, but that is not the original version of the game. The original is banned in many countries, if not all of them, because, well, you can get arrested for seeing some of the stuff that is in this game. This game contains stuff such as music being played backwards, weird and audible dialogue, and a woman's scream that sounds way too realistic. And also, some of the images this game shows is stuff like war crimes being committed, murder being committed, and, well, I think also child pornography, which is the main reason this game is illegal. So, yeah, it's not really a game either, because gameplay-wise, it's more of you walking through a maze and, well, essentially getting traumatized. Next up is a game called Manhunt. Now, Manhunt is a game where you play as a death row inmate, and your goal is to basically survive having a bunch of crazy people trying to kill you. And your goal is to kill them first in the most brutal and gruesome way possible. So as you can imagine, this game is, pretty disturbing. But unlike the other games on this list, you can legally own the original copy of this game without getting arrested. So that's pretty good. But this game has earned the title of the most violent and gruesome game ever sold to home console, so much to the point where when Manhunt 2 was released, they had to go back and edit out some of the kill scenes just so they could legally sell this game. And to this day, Manhunt is probably the most violent and gruesome game Rockstar Studios has released. But if you're a huge fan of horror games, I'd highly recommend checking this one out. I probably should have said this in the beginning of this video, but this video is for educational purposes only. It doesn't hurt to know about these games, but it probably hurts to play them, except Manhunt. That game's actually pretty good. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.